And we'll use our ball, but let's first of all come down to our mat and roll down, and we're gonna bring our knees to our chest and just stretch the back a little bit, making some circles, feeling those deep inhales and exhales. And then circle in the opposite direction, wake everything up in there. Now let's lift the chest up, and we're going to bring the hands, arms over the head, feet down, and start to roll the hips up and stretch as we do this, up and down with the arms and the hips. And a couple more. And the last one, let's hold the hips up, arms up over our head, and lengthen as we lift the hips a little bit higher. So as we roll the hips down, we're going to bring our hands behind the head and take the right knee to the left elbow. See if you can keep each elbow down as you do this. And use the breath. And then let's try this as we hover each foot down. So it almost comes to the floor and you switch. And let's see if we could do a few like this. So we're really going to work the lower abs. And one more to each leg. And then let's straighten our legs up, put the head down, and bring the arms down, and point and flex our feet. And we're going to make circles with the feet. And circle in the opposite direction. And now we're going to bend the legs, so 90-degree legs, tap the toes down each foot. And then flex the feet. Let's go for those heels. And one more to each heel. And then we're going to bring the legs back to 90 degrees and take the knees open and close as we flex the feet. And we're going slowly. So now we're going to add on. So hands, we're going to bring the elbows together, and then arms open and close in the opposition with the legs. And 5 more. And then last one. And let's bring the arms down, bring the feet down. We're going to roll the hips up again and bring the shoulder blades a little bit closer together. And one more breath. And let's lower the hips down and do our spinal twist, knees to the right. We're going to turn the head to the left And let's see about lengthening and breathing. Really filling the left low lung. And one more breath. And then we're going to bring the legs over to the left and roll the right shoulder down and breathe. And one more breath. And let's come back to the center. Now we're going to use our ball. So let's lift the hips and we're going to put the ball under there. Find our core. It's kind of like a Where's Waldo game. Bring the knees up and we're going to squeeze the knees together so the legs are 90 degrees. We're going to take the legs straight out and in and do a few of these, bringing the navel to the spine. And 5 more. And last one. Now let's do our bicycles, so hands behind our head and stretch that leg out. And one more. And then hands still behind the head, knees are up. Let's lift the chest up and then lower the feet down. And let's do the hovering thing here. So the feet almost touch. We're trying to make it a little harder. Balancing on the ball. And 2 more. And then we're going to put our feet down, head down, arms down. We're going to cross the right knee over the left knee. And I know we have the ball under here, but we're going to do a spinal twist. So let the legs fall to the left so that that ball is underneath your sacrum still. It's a deeper spinal twist. We're going to reach the right arm up and out to the side and take 3 more breaths. And now uncross. Let's bring the arm down. We're going to come roll back on the ball and we're going to try it on the other side. Left knee over the right. Here we go. Timber, roll the legs over to the right. The ball is still there. Reach the left arm up and we're looking to the left and breathing. So just a different spinal twist. And 1 more breath. And then we're going to make our way back to the center of the ball and uncross. And let's lift the legs straight up again. And now we're going to open the legs out and in, flexing the feet. And we're going to slow this down. And just one more time. So now our legs are back up toward the ceiling. We're going to point the toes. We're going to take one leg down as the other leg stays up, and then switch. So lengthening all the muscles in our legs. And we're going to add on. So we're lifting the chest, bringing the arms forward as we do this. And one more time to each leg. And then let's try our happy baby. Head back down and release the hips. And let's take a few breaths. And feel the shoulders releasing away from your ears. And 3 more deep breaths. And then butterfly Baddha Konasana with our feet together. Feel how the sacrum is pressing into the ball. And we're going to keep this pose going and lower the feet are still together down to the mat. So Supta Baddha Konasana, arms in a goalpost position. And here we're going to take the navel to the spine, a little pelvic tilt. The chin is slightly tucked, and 3 slow breaths. And then let's bring our hands down so we can close the legs. And we're going to bring the feet together, legs together, squeezing the legs together. And let's lift the hips and lower a few times. And 2 more. Keeping the hips up. See if you can lift even higher, squeezing the legs together. And then take the ball away, roll down, and let's put the ball between the knees, and we're going to take the arms out in a T. Let's take the knees slowly, slowly to the right as we look to the left, hovering the legs. And then switch, bringing them over toward the left. And again, hover. And let's switch, and we're going to do 1 more to each side. And last time, going over to the left. And we're going to come back to the center, and let's lift the legs up to the chest, kind of squeeze the legs in. And then we're going to put the feet down, head down, and let's roll the hips up again. This time we're going to see if we can hold our hands underneath us and take 3 more breaths. And then let's release, rolling the hips down. And we're going to take the ball out. So let's roll over to the side and come on up. And we're going to try our pretzel pose with the ball. So we're going to take the right leg in front, left leg behind if your knee lets you. And let's first of all sit up tall. We're gonna reach the arms up over our head, clasp the hands, lean to the right, and then lean to the left. And we're gonna come to the center and bring the arms down, twist to the right, roll the shoulders down. And we're going to twist to the left. And let's forward fold, hinging from the hips. And let's come back to the center. So we're going to switch our pretzel legs and take the left one in front and the right one behind us. First of all, we're just going to sit and lengthen. We're going to reach the arms up and clasp our hands over our head. Lean to the left. And then lean to the right. And back to the center. We'll bring our arms down and twist to the left. And then twist to the right. And let's forward fold and take 3 breaths. And we're going to slowly come back up. So now we're still on the ball, but let's put our feet flat on the floor and hinge forward. We're going to reach the arms through the legs and stretch the back. And one more breath. So as we come up, we're going to bring the feet and the legs together. And let's hug the legs together with the left arm as we twist to the right. And then switch, we're going to twist to the left. And let's come back to the center and crisscross applesauce and reach the arms up. Let's do the thing where we did before. So clasping our hands, leaning to the right and over to the left. And then release the arms and we're going to forward fold. This time, let's walk our arms to the right. And over to the left. And then to the center, let's come back up. So we're gonna kind of release the legs here. We're gonna bring the right hip down on the ball. So normally we do these side angle poses without the ball. So just leave that ball in there underneath your right hip as you stretch your legs out, right forearm down, and breathe. We're gonna lift the left arm up and make a few circles with the arm, following it with your eyes. And one more big circle. Now we're going to put the left hand behind our head, behind your ear, roll the chest open. And another couple of breaths. Really good. Let's release that. So we're going to sit back up. And cross the left leg over the right and twist to the left. Maybe cross your right elbow over there. And then let's release and Gomkasana. So now we're going to take our left knee over the right knee for a deeper stretch. Reach both arms up over our head. Clasp the hands and just lengthen here. See if you can press the hips down. And then release and forward fold. And 3 more breaths. Really good. So we're going to come back up and let's uncross, and we're going to try this whole thing on the other side. So we're going to put the left hip underneath the ball. I always think it's interesting, one side is different than the other. And left forearm is down. We're going to reach the right arm up. First of all, find your core as you flex your feet, and then big arm circles slowly as you kind of follow that arm around with your head, with your eyes, and breathe. Let's do one more circle. And then we're going to gently sit back up, and we're going to cross the right leg over the left, left elbow over the right, and twist to the right. And then as we release, let's do our Gomkasana. So right knee over the left knee. When you feel situated, reach the arms up, clasp the hands, and lengthen upwards as you press the hips down. And then forward fold. We'll take our hands down and 3 more breaths. And then let's come back up. And now we're going to uncross. Let's come off of our ball, and we're going to come on to hands and knees. Just move your ball out of the way. And let's do our cat-cows. And one more. So we're having a neutral spine here. We're going to take our right leg up behind us, and then take the foot forward and put the right foot down and reach the arms up. So we're in a crescent lunge. And we'll take our hands down and lift the left leg up. So we're in a deeper lunge here. 3 breaths. Now let's step back, downward dog, and take a few breaths. And we're going to come back to hands and knees. And then left leg lifts up behind us. We're going to try the same thing. Bring that foot down in between your hands. Reach the arms up. Crescent lunge. And then hands down. Let's lift the right leg up for that lunge. 3 slow breaths. And we're going to step back to downward dog. And let's try a few planks to dogs. And just one more. And we're coming into a plank. And then a right side plank. And let's go over to a left side plank. And then back to a regular plank. We're going to come back up to downward dog and take 3 breaths. Now we're going to lift our right leg up. Let's step it forward to a lunge and reach the arms up for high lunge. And twist to the right. Cross the left arm over, hands together. And then left down, right one up. And let's go back to our downward dog. And we're going to switch. Left leg lifts up and steps forward. And let's come on up to our high lunge. And twist to the left. Cross the arm over, hands together. And right fingers down, left arm up. And let's come back to down dog. And take 3 breaths. And we're going to come down in a child's pose and bring the arms behind us. And let's sit up on our heels. And we're going to reach the arms up over our head. And let's take our right hand down to the right, to the floor, and lean to the right. And then switch, left hand down, right arm over. And then we're going to come back to regular child's pose, reaching forward. And then puppy pose. And let's come to our sphinx. And then we're going to come all the way down on our belly and bend the right leg, hold the right foot. And let's roll onto our back. So our right foot comes down, and we're going to lift the left leg up and hold the big toe with the left fingers. 3 breaths. And now release the leg down, arm over the head, roll onto the belly, and release the right leg, and take a deep breath. And then let's switch. We're going to bend the left, hold the left ankle. And roll onto our back. Left foot down. And let's lift the right leg up and hold it with hold that big toe. 3 breaths. And then release the leg down, arm over the head. And we're gonna roll back on our belly and release that leg down. And let's bring our arms or hands underneath our thighs. So we're gonna lift everything up and lower down. And do 5 more. And hold yourself up here. So we're gonna take the legs open and close fast. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep lifting. 4, 3, 2, and release. We're gonna press back to another child's pose. 3 breaths. And let's try some iguanas, reaching the hips forward as we look up and come back to child's pose. And let's do 2 more. And last one. And then let's come into our downward dog. And walk to the top of our mat. And we're gonna roll up 1 vertebrae at a time and reach the arms out and up. Little back bend, hands to our heart in Tadasana. Twist the upper body to the right and to the left. Back to the center. Let's come into a modified squat. We're gonna take the elbows to the thighs. See if we can come a little deeper into the hips. And then twist to the right, cross the elbow over. And twist to the left. And then our forward fold and hold the elbows. 3 breaths. And still holding the elbows, Utkatasana. And let's come all the way up, reaching the arms up, another little back bend. Hands to our heart in Tadasana, and 3 breaths. So now we're gonna lift the right leg up. We're gonna see if we can hold the big toe, just like we did when we were on our back. So we're gonna grab a hold of that right big toe and take our left arm out. And then turn this into Warrior 3, right leg back. And then Warrior 1, step the leg all the way back, 3 breaths. And reach the arms forward, right hand down, left arm up in our twist. And then both arms up with our palms together. And clasping the hands behind us, humble warrior, and forward fold. And let's come in our back bend, opening the heart. And then reaching the arms up, warrior one. And let's step the right leg forward and we're back in Tadasana. Now let's switch legs. So we're going to try our big toe pose. Hold the left big toe as we reach the right arm out for balance. And we're going to turn this into warrior three, taking the left leg back. And then warrior one, reaching up, 3 breaths. Reaching the arms forward, left fingers down, right arm up. And then both arms up, palms together. And then clasping our hands behind us, humble warrior. And forward fold. Let's try the back bend, lifting the chest upwards. And then arms come back up for warrior one. And let's step forward and come back to Tadasana. And roll the shoulders down. Take another deep breath. Let's inhale the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Step back, downward dog. And lengthen. Now we're going to lift our right leg up behind us, 3-legged dog, into our plank, and back to 3-legged dog, and 4 more. We've got 1 more time. And put the right foot down. We're back in regular downward dog. Let's switch the legs. Left leg lifts up, forward to plank, back to dog, and 4 more. And we've got 1 more. And then left foot down, regular downward dog. Let's come into a regular old plank. 3 breaths. And then chaturanga all the way down. And our 5 cobras. But we're going to lift the hands off the mat as we do this. And then let's put the forearms down for sphinx. And our half arm plank. And then dolphin, lifting the hips, walking the feet forward. And right leg lifts up. And then put that one down and switch. Left leg lifts up. And left foot down. We're going to walk back to that half arm plank. And then belly down into sphinx. And 3 breaths. And let's press back to child's pose. And we're going to sit back on our heels again. Twist to the right. And twist to the left. And then back to the center. Let's put our hands down and lift the hips up and stretch the quads. And now we're going to come into table pose and 5 tricep push-ups. And let's bring our bottoms down, come into our big V, and we're going to go into turtle. So as we lean forward, hands come underneath our ankles. And we're going to take 5 slow breaths. And then gently, let's release. And we're going to make our way back to child's pose. And take 3 breaths. And then downward dog. And let's lift our right leg up and we're going to come into warrior 2. And reverse, left arm down, right arm up. And let's take our right forearm down to the right thigh, left arm over. Roll the chest open. Back to reverse. Now let's take the right fingertips down to the inside of the foot and left arm lifts up. And we're coming back to warrior 2. And straighten the right leg, Trikonasana. And we're going to come all the way back up. So let's take our arms out and we're going to take the right arm down, left arm over. And then switch, left arm down, right arm over. And then we're going to reach both arms up, a little back bend. And let's come into our forward fold and go side to side with the legs. And one more time. And then we're going to come all the way back up, another back bend. And come into warrior two as we turn our left foot out. And reverse, right arm down, left arm up. And now our forearm comes down, right arm over. And back to reverse. And fingertips down, right arm up. And then warrior two. And we're going to straighten the left leg for Trikonasana. And let's come all the way up. This time we're going to reach both arms up, a little back bend, and then clasp our hands behind us for our forward fold. Inhale and exhale, forward fold. And one more breath. And let's come all the way back up and reach the arms up. And then hands together in goddess, turning our feet out a little bit, taking the elbows open and closed. And let's take 3 breaths. And inhale up, downward dog. And we're going to come into an up dog. And then back to down dog. And right leg lifts up. Bend the knee, roll the hip open, and let's come into pigeon, knee between our thumbs, and we're going to come in our back bend. And forward fold. And 3 more breaths. And let's come back to down dog. And take a couple of breaths to lengthen. And then we're going to take our left leg up, bend the knee, roll the hip open, and let's come into pigeon on this side and into our back bend. And forward fold. And 3 more breaths. And let's come back to down dog. And lengthen. Now we're going to walk to the top of our mat and come halfway up, forward fold, and inhale up. And hands to our heart in Tadasana and feel. Let's try our tree pose today. We're going to press the right foot down, bring the left leg up, and arms up when you're ready. And then left leg reaches to the left. We're going to lean to the right. 2 more breaths. And then let's switch. So left foot comes down, and let's come into tree, bringing the right leg up somewhere. Arms up. And then right leg comes out to the right. We're leaning to the left. And 2 more breaths. And let's slowly bring that foot down and forward fold. Just release your back. We're going to come into our squat. And take 3 breaths here. And then rolling down on our back and happy baby. And breathe. Just close your eyes. Feel your back. Feel your hips. And let's gently put our feet down on the mat and do our spinal twist. Knees to one side and breathe. And then rolling the legs to the other side. And back to the center with the legs. Let's roll the hips up, Setu Bandha. And now we're going to gently roll all the way down and come into our final pose of Shavasana. And allow the spine to relax and be held by Mother Earth. Feeling the hips and the legs release any tension. Shoulders rolling down away from the ears and arms and hands releasing any tension. Our head is pressing down into the mat and feeling the jaw and the tongue relax. And as we breathe in gently, we're wishing ourselves good health and harmony to all of our cells, all of our molecules. And wishing peace for our homes and families and communities. And wishing peace for our brothers and sisters everywhere, all over the world. Let's slowly begin to deepen our breath, and we're going to wiggle our fingers and toes and stretch our arms over our head. And let's roll to the side. And press ourselves up to our seated position. And we're going to bring our hands to our heart and seal in our practice today together. Let's take a deep inhale and sigh. One more time. Namaste. Thank you, beautiful yoga friends. Thanks for coming today. Have a good one.
That was wonderful. Thank you.
Good. You're ready for the day, Marcia.
That's right.
Good luck. Good luck. Okay, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Patty, Bill, and Pam. All right. See you guys later. Bye.